And we are live. Hello to everyone. My name is Rhonda Geritana, and I am the founder of the Woman Entrepreneurs Network. And I'm here today with Jill Cruz, who's a board certified nutritionist and who will be doing our lunch and learn on this coming August 12th, 12 to 1 p.m., which is kind of a new thing for us. We usually do a Wednesday workshop. But this week, coming up, we're going to do a lunch and learn with Jill. So welcome, Jill, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely. All right. So we are going to be doing a talk on, improve your energy and productivity by eating right for your body. So I think sometimes a great time to bring this type of talk to the ladies. Mm-hmm. Tell us about a little bit, like, who should come to a talk like this? Why would they want to come?
Well, so in my biased opinion, I would say anybody and everybody, because a couple of reasons. I think most of us are always looking for more energy.
Yes.
And it's not always necessarily more energy, but good quality energy.
Correct.
And I think, definitely this is geared toward professional women, whether entrepreneurs or women in corporate or nonprofit, I think we're always also looking for how can we be more productive in our day, spend less time working, get more done, and feel accomplished at the end of each day and not be totally exhausted. Yes. So if that's you, then and the other piece to this is a lot of people are confused about how to fuel their bodies properly in order to, optimize energy. And productivity relates to energy, but also brain function and mood. Right. Correct. If you feel a little grumpy or you feel a little low or your brain is kind of foggy, you're not going to have that productivity that you want to have. So, and what you eat affects all of that stuff.
Okay, good. All right. Let's backtrack a little bit and tell everybody about you and how you came to be a board certified nutritionist. What was your journey to get here?
Whoa. Okay. So there's a story. There's a couple stories. I will start with when I was growing up, I had, going way back, my mom was very health conscious. So in our house, we had a lot of health food, and this is the 70s. So, my mom made carrot juice. This was not, we ate like brown rice and tofu. This was not the typical fare in the 70s. But I was very lucky because as a child, I didn't like any of that stuff. My family's Italian. And so on the weekends, we would go to my grandmother's house and there would be all ice cream and pasta. She would make homemade pasta. Mm-hmm. So I kind of always say that my journey as a nutritionist actually started way back when I absolutely was not conscious of it. But when I look back, I realized that I was actually able to get this balance of health and also pleasure in eating. And I think that's really, really important. Right. So that's sort of the beginnings of my story. The other piece is that I struggled for 15 years with this nighttime eating problem that I had, even after I became a nutritionist. Mm-hmm. So, and that, adversely affected my health. So I had a diagnosis of Hashimoto's when I was... Yeah, it's an autoimmune condition of the thyroid. So I had that diagnosis when I was 37. And that kind of really... was the spark that made me want to figure out how to nourish my body properly and also go back to school to become a nutritionist.
Yeah.
So that's the short version of the story.
Okay. Yeah. And as a woman, our midlife age here, I think there's probably a lot of women. I know myself, I have an underactive thyroid, and I think a lot of women have thyroid conditions when you get to a certain point. I think it's sort of a natural thing that happens. So, I think there's a lot of people going to be able to relate to this story and hearing about it. So great to have you bring this to us. So in this talk, you're going to show us how to, nourish your body properly for your individual needs. So are you going to break it down and have it interactive with people?
Absolutely. Yeah. For me, especially via Zoom, we're going to have a Zoom call or a virtual call. I find it's much more fun for all of us if we're interactive. So, the truth is that anybody out there who's a nutritionist or anybody talking about what you should be eating, a doctor, it really does need to be personalized. There is no such thing as one size fits all. There's no one diet out there that's going to work for everybody. So by its nature, I can introduce a couple of concepts that are actually very simple.
Okay.
And I have a little quiz that you can take that kind of will say, okay, well, I think I should be starting in this area. And we focus on what's called macronutrients, which is protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So some people need more protein than others. Some people need less. Some people need more carbs than others. And that is something that you don't hear a lot of, because most people are like, this is my diet and this diet works for everybody. That's not true. So I can teach you pretty quickly some skills to understand what's better for your body. And then from there, there's, observation of yourself.
Gotcha. All right. Excellent. All right. Let's tell everybody how to join us. So first off, my website is Women Entrepreneurs Network, northshore.com. And specifically to get to the events section, you just want to put a / and add the word events. You'll come to the calendar and then just look for the August 12th date and click on that. And then you'll be able to read all about the event, a little bit more detail, and be able to register for that. If you want to see a little bit more about Jill and her site and information, it's Jill Cruz, Work With Your Nature is her business, and winweightloss.com is her website. And again, August 12th, this is a Friday lunch and learn. And just, come with us. Oh, Jill, what are you going to be giving away for a free little gifty for the people who attend?
Yes. So I'm going to be giving away recipes. So I spent some time curating for this event, over 30 actually summer recipes, things that are nourishing, refreshing, appealing. So excellent. That's going to be my gift. Yeah.
We're going to love that. All right. Thank you. Is there anything last minute thing we missed to talk about that you wanted to add?
No, I mean, I think, just finishing up, I think it's really important for all of us to recognize that we have this internal wisdom. And that's what I'm excited about talking about and bringing to you all, is that it's, looking for outside information is great, but also part of that process is paying attention to and giving your body the attention and love that we all deserve. So awesome. I always love talking about that.
Excellent.
And just, I have I blog every week. So if you check out my website, you can see tons and tons of articles and videos for, if you're interested in nutrition and health, wellness, weight loss, all of that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Don't forget, there's the link to get to your website, people, to get your tickets. Don't be late. All right. Thank you, Jill. It was wonderful to have you here today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.